A 7-year-old boy storms into his apartment after school. He tosses his backpack in the hallway, shoes scattered, and ignores his mother's gentle reminder, "Please put your things away." Instead of snapping or repeating herself, she simply continues chopping vegetables for dinner, her voice calm, her movements unhurried. 10 minutes later, the boy quietly returns, lines up his shoes, and hangs his backpack. No shouting, no threats, no drama. In Japan, this scene isn't unusual. Walk through a Japanese neighborhood at dusk and you'll see children helping set the table, folding laundry, or tidying up toys, often without being told twice. Parents rarely raise their voices. There's no angry standoff, no power struggle. Yet somehow, Japanese children listen and cooperate, even in crowded supermarkets or busy train stations. It almost feels like a paradox. In many countries, when a child refuses to listen, the volume goes up. Parents repeat themselves. Warnings turn into threats, and sometimes frustration boils over. The result? Tears, tantrums, and a cycle of stress for everyone. But in Japan, the approach is different. It's not about overpowering the child or demanding instant obedience. It's about subtlety, timing, and emotional connection. Here's another example. A mother and her 5-year-old daughter are in a park. The girl refuses to leave, clinging to the swings. Instead of dragging her away or scolding, the mother sits on a nearby bench, quietly watching the clouds. After a few minutes, she softly says, "It's almost time for dinner. I wonder what we'll eat tonight." The daughter glances over, curiosity piqued. Soon, she hops off the swing and joins her mother. No struggle, just a gentle transition. But wait, it gets even more interesting. In Japanese kindergartens, teachers rarely use direct commands. Instead, they model the behavior they want to see. If it's time to clean up, a teacher might start stacking blocks herself, humming a cheerful tune. One by one, children join in, following her lead. There's no need for a stern voice or a countdown. The environment itself encourages cooperation. So, what's going on here? Why did Japanese children seem to listen more willingly, even when they're tired or upset? The secret isn't magic. It's a set of cultural habits and parenting techniques that focus on respect, patience, and indirect guidance. Instead of forcing compliance, Japanese parents invite cooperation. They use timing, emotional regulation, and gentle cues to guide their children's behavior. Today, you'll discover exactly what Japanese parents do when a child refuses to listen, and how you can use these methods even if your house feels like chaos right now. These aren't tricks or quick fixes. They're simple, practical habits that can transform the way you connect with your child. If you want to learn more about building calm, respectful cooperation at home, subscribe so you don't miss it. Picture this: a little boy, maybe 5 years old, stands in the middle of his Tokyo apartment. His mom asks him to put away his toys. He just stares at her, arms crossed. In many homes, this is where the volume goes up, right? But in Japan, the script is very different. First, Japanese parents often pause. There's no rush to control the moment. The mom kneels beside her son. She looks him in the eye, not with anger, but calm curiosity. She doesn't repeat the command. Instead, she waits, just for a few seconds. The silence isn't awkward. It's a space for the child to process. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of pushing, she uses what's called indirect language. She might say, "The toys must be tired from playing. Should we help them get some rest in their box?" No threats, no bribes, just an invitation. This gentle approach shifts the mood. The boy's shoulders drop. He starts gathering his cars one by one. But wait, there's more. When a child digs in deeper, for example, refusing to leave the playground, a Japanese father might give a choice instead of a command. He'll crouch next to his daughter and say, "Would you like to slide one more time, or head home with me now?" It's subtle. The child feels respected, not cornered. Often, after her last slide, she takes his hand without tears. And here's a detail many miss. Japanese parents rarely lecture in the moment. If a child shouts or throws a tantrum, the parent lowers their voice. Sometimes they move closer, gently placing a hand on the child's shoulder. Their message is clear. I see you're upset. Let's breathe together. No drama, just presence. The meltdown fizzles faster in this quiet space. Elsewhere, parents might label a child as naughty or disrespectful. In Japan, the focus is on the situation, not the child's character. For example, if a kid interrupts, the parent might say, "Let's listen until your brother finishes." It's about guiding, not shaming. But perhaps the most surprising thing? Japanese parents often involve siblings or even classmates. If a child refuses to share, the teacher may ask the children, "How can we solve this together?" The group brainstorms, and the child feels included, not singled out. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Imagine a busy Japanese morning. A mother is trying to get her son ready for school. He's dragging his feet, refusing to put on his shoes. Instead of scolding, she sits beside him and quietly starts putting on her own shoes. She hums a song. She doesn't mention his delay. After a minute, the boy glances at her, then slowly slips on his shoes too. No words needed. The parent's calm energy sets the tone. In Japanese preschools, you'll see another example. During lunchtime, a child refuses to eat vegetables. The teacher doesn't insist or threaten. Instead, she arranges the veggies into a smiley face on the plate. She might say, "Look, your carrots are smiling at you." The child giggles and tries a bite. Playfulness replaces pressure. Each of these strategies helps children listen, not out of fear, but from a place of connection. And it starts with one simple shift: slowing down instead of speeding up the conflict. Let's zoom in on one of the most surprising parts of the Japanese approach: the pause. This isn't just about waiting a few seconds. It's a whole mindset shift. Let's see how it actually works step by step. Picture a Japanese mother in her apartment. Her 5-year-old son is sprawled on the floor, refusing to put away his toys. Instead of repeating herself, she quietly sits nearby. She doesn't scold. She doesn't sigh. She simply waits, her body relaxed, eyes gentle. The silence stretches. The boy looks at her, expecting a command, but she just sits, present and calm. After a minute, he starts gathering the toys on his own. No words needed. Why does this work? In Japan, silence isn't awkward. It's a form of respect. It gives children space to notice their own feelings and actions. Instead of feeling attacked, the child feels seen. The pause is like a mirror. It lets the child reflect on what just happened. Here's another scene. In a Tokyo preschool, a teacher notices a girl grabbing crayons from her friend. The teacher doesn't rush over with a lecture. She walks slowly, kneels beside them, and places her hand gently on the table. She waits. The children notice her presence. The girl looks up, a little embarrassed. The teacher softly says, "Let's share." The girl slides the crayons back. No drama, no threats. But wait, what about when a child is really upset? Here's where it gets interesting. Japanese parents often use what's called ma, the space between actions. If a child is crying or yelling, the parent might step back, giving the child a moment to calm down. They don't fill the air with explanations or warnings. They let the emotions settle. Only then do they speak, and usually in a soft, even tone. "Are you ready to talk?" A common mistake is to fill every silence with more words. Many parents feel uncomfortable with quiet. They think, "If I don't say something, my child won't listen." But in Japan, silence is powerful. It's a signal, "I trust you to figure this out." Let's look at a different detail. In a Japanese home, a father notices his daughter ignoring her homework. Instead of nagging, he quietly brings his own work to the table and sits beside her. He doesn't mention the homework at all. After a while, she glances at him, then opens her book and starts working. His presence is enough. No confrontation needed. Elsewhere, parents might use timeouts as punishment. In Japan, the pause isn't about punishment. It's about creating a safe space for the child to reset. Sometimes a parent will step out of the room, not to abandon the child, but to give both sides a break. When they return, the mood has shifted. The child is more open. The parent is calmer. Here's an unexpected twist. Japanese parents often use silence to model self-control. When a child is loud or defiant, the parent lowers their own voice or even whispers. This contrast is striking. The child has to quiet down to hear. It's a gentle way to invite cooperation. So, what's the big lesson? The pause isn't passive, it's an active choice. It shows respect, builds trust, and gives children room to make better choices. It's not always easy, especially if you're used to jumping in, but it can transform the whole atmosphere at home. What do you think? Could you see yourself using silence instead of shouting? Would your child respond to a pause? Comment below with your thoughts. Would this work in your home? Let's get practical. How do you actually use these Japanese techniques in your own home when your child refuses to listen? Here's a step-by-step guide you can try today. Step 1. Pause before reacting. When your child ignores you, says no, or even throws a tantrum, resist the urge to repeat yourself or raise your voice. Instead, pause. Take a slow breath. Let your face and body show calm, not frustration. This pause is powerful. It signals to your child that you are in control of your emotions, and it gives them a moment to process what's happening. For example, if your child refuses to put away their toys, don't start arguing or threatening. Just stand nearby, quietly, and wait. Your silence is not a punishment. It's an invitation for your child to reset. Step 2. Lower your body. In Japan, parents often kneel or sit at their child's level instead of standing over them. This small change makes a big difference. Imagine your child is refusing to brush their teeth. Instead of calling out from across the room, walk over, kneel beside them, and look them in the eye. Your voice stays gentle. You might say, "Let's do this together." This physical closeness and eye contact make your child feel safe, not pressured. Step 3. Use gentle touch or a soft gesture. Japanese parents often use nonverbal cues before words. If your child won't come to dinner, don't shout. Walk over, gently tap their shoulder, or offer your hand. Make eye contact. Sometimes no words are needed at first. The gentle touch says, "I'm here and I want you to join me." Step 4. Give space to choose. Instead of barking orders, offer a choice. For example, would you like to wear the blue shirt or the red one? Or do you want to clean up your blocks first or your cars? This gives your child a sense of control, which lowers resistance. Japanese parents often turn requests into options, making cooperation feel like the child's own idea. Even small choices matter. Step 5. Use indirect reminders. Here's a subtle Japanese trick. Instead of saying, "Pick up your shoes," you might say, "I see some shoes by the door," or "I wonder where these shoes belong." This indirect approach invites your child to notice the problem and solve it without feeling bossed around. It's less confrontational and more collaborative. Step 6. Praise cooperation, not just results. When your child finally listens, even a little, notice and thank them. "I saw you put your shoes away. Thank you." Or, "You came to the table when I asked. That was helpful." In Japan, parents focus on effort and progress, not just perfection. This builds confidence and makes kids want to cooperate again. Step 7. Model the behavior you want. If you want your child to listen calmly, show them how. When you need their attention, use a soft voice, gentle touch, and patient body language. Children learn more from what you do than what you say. In Japanese homes, parents often demonstrate patience and respect, and kids mirror that. Let's see how this might look in real life. Imagine your child is refusing to get ready for bed. Instead of shouting from the hallway, you walk into their room, kneel beside them, and softly say, "It's time for pajamas. Which ones do you want tonight?" If they ignore you, you pause, stay close, and gently touch their arm. Maybe you say, "I wonder if your favorite pajamas are clean." You give them a moment to decide. When they finally move, you smile and say, "Thank you for getting ready." Try one or two of these steps today. Notice how your child responds. Small shifts in your approach can lead to big changes in cooperation and peace at home. Let's wrap up what we've learned about how Japanese parents respond when a child refuses to listen. The main takeaway? They don't rely on shouting, threats, or power struggles. Instead, they use patience, timing, and gentle guidance to help their children cooperate. This approach isn't just about keeping the peace in the moment, it's about building a relationship of trust and respect that lasts for years. Think about it. Every time you pause before reacting, you give your child a chance to calm down and feel understood. When you use indirect guidance, like suggesting instead of commanding, you invite your child to make their own good choices. And when you show emotional control, you model the kind of behavior you want to see in your child. These small shifts can create a huge difference in your daily life. Imagine a typical morning. Your child refuses to put on their shoes. Instead of raising your voice, you take a breath and kneel down. You gently say, "I see you don't want to put on your shoes right now. Are you feeling tired?" Your child might nod or even start to talk about their feelings. By connecting first, you lower the tension. Then, you might say, "Let's put on our shoes together. I'll do one, you do the other." Suddenly, it's a team effort, not a battle. Or, picture a moment when your child ignores your request to clean up toys. Rather than repeating yourself or threatening punishment, you use a visual cue. You start picking up a few toys yourself and say, "I'm cleaning up now. Want to help me with the blocks?" This indirect invitation often sparks curiosity and cooperation, especially when there's no pressure. The real power of these methods is that they teach children self-regulation and empathy. They learn that their feelings matter, but so do the needs of others. Over time, they become more willing to listen, not because they're afraid of consequences, but because they feel respected and understood. Here's your empowering reminder. You don't have to be perfect. Every parent loses patience sometimes. What matters is that you're willing to try new approaches and learn from each experience. Even one small change, like pausing before you react or inviting cooperation instead of demanding it, can shift the atmosphere in your home. So, what's next? Try out one of these Japanese-inspired techniques this week. Notice how your child responds. Maybe you'll see less resistance, more smiles, and even a few surprises. Parenting is a journey, and every step you take toward calmer, more respectful communication helps your child grow into a confident, caring person. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit like and subscribe for more practical parenting tips. Share your thoughts or your own experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, you're not alone on this path. With small, steady steps, you can build a home filled with understanding, cooperation, and joy.